Kahala Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, double honors to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone, who rule well, and salutations to all the brothers on the four corners of the earth, pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. For today's lesson, we're just going to get into basically the basics of us, of us at Great Millstone. We're the light of the world, starting with the apostles on down, through the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We're the ones that's breaking down these scriptures the right way and leading our people through the straight gate, the right way. These other camps, they're basically they're in the world, and with being in the world comes, being in gross darkness.
That's right.
And that's something that they don't understand. They don't understand that them wanting to be friend of the world, and them wanting to be of the world, is actually still keeping them plunged in that darkness. They haven't casted off the works of darkness yet, and they haven't renewed their mind. Another great example of that is they're still calling the Lord Christ, or they're still using the Tetragrammaton to call on His name, or still lining up their beard. They're still doing the customs of the world. So what does that tell you? That they don't have the light. I'm going to start off with this first scripture. This is Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1. It says, "Arise, shine, for thy light is come, and the glory of the Lord is risen upon thee."
Right. The light is knowledge and understanding of the scriptures. Okay. Because and that represents the light. Because this world, like the brother said, it represents this whole world represents darkness, man. And the scripture's going to say that.
It says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth."
See, and that darkness is the way of the world, the fashion of the world.
That's right.
The scriptures say the fashion of this world shall pass away.
It says it's like,
and the only thing that's going to remain is the word, man. And that's why it's important to understand in this thing that we are in this thing of ours, the truth. Part of our what comes with our salvation is us being saved, is being baptized, renewing your whole mind, man. Becoming a new lump, because we was raised up and in this darkness, which is the world, man.
It says, "For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people."
See, and that's why most of our people, they can't make a decision between the two, whether they want to be of this world or whether they want to fully be of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. And that's why you got people calling on Christ. That's darkness, man. That's darkness, because He didn't call him. He didn't call Himself. His disciples didn't call Him Christ. They called Him Yahushai. That was the name that was given to us. Through the Spirit, and we staying with it. We sticking with it.
That's right.
And that's the name that they forbid us to teach. Go ahead.
"But the Lord shall arise upon thee, and His glory shall be seen upon thee."
See? And that glory, the glory that's going to rise upon us is the spiritual power, man. Us being changed. It starts with His word first.
This is Isaiah chapter 25, verse 7. It's like a 20. It says, verse 6, "And in this mountain shall the Lord of hosts make unto all people a feast of fat things, a feast of wine on the leaves, of fat things full of marrow, of wine on the leaves will refine. And He will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people."
Yeah, that covering is the philosophies they place themselves, cover themselves with, man. Being American, anything that you subscribe to in this world, that's of the world. Starting with the nationality all the way to people's belief sets.
The name.
Yeah.
It says, "In the veil that is spread over all nations."
That veil is not them not knowing who they are according to what who the Most High made them. According to what God made them, not according to what man say they are.
6. This is 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 1. This second epistle, beloved, I now write unto you, in both which I stir up your pure minds and by way of remembrance.
Remembering what? You know, his laws, man. Remember his ancient ways, man. You know? Remember and holding fast to the things of old, you know? Give me Jeremiah 6:16. You know? The old paths, and that's what this is about. We're being brought to his ways are being brought to our remembrance.
That's right.
And that's why you have to wash yourself, you know? And baptize yourself in his word, man. And cleanse yourself completely from the world, that darkness, you know? It's like
this is Jeremiah chapter 6, verse 16. Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways, and say and see, and ask for the old paths.
And that's what people are supposed to be doing, not ascribing to this westernized philosophy, or trying to piece together this new ideology with Israelite doctrine and intertwined with it.
Westernized Israelites, man.
Yeah, exactly.
That type of shit, man. That's just that's of the world, man. Teaching brothers that they can go out and they can have them a fulfilling career, and they can go to college and they can become detectives, or they can be rappers and things like that, and then be in the truth at the same time. Man, you can't do that, man, because the scripture says, what hath what has light have with darkness?
Yeah, some
to that. I'm gonna try to find the scripture. Lord will, I can bring it up later, but yeah, man, it says, what does light have with darkness? You know, what has clean, what business has clean with unclean? You know, you can't mix the two together. It's like oil and water.
It don't go together, man. And that's what our people think. They think they can just, get along, go along with all these nations and all these philosophies, man. It ain't, it just like the brother said, it will not mix, man.
It says, where is the good way, and walk therein?
The good way is the Most High's way, man. It always has been, But you got the so-called white man setting up institutions, so he can try to create his own perfect society in his own eyes, when the Most High already made the perfect society, and that was through us, through his law, man.
It says, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
See, that's where you find rest for your souls, not in, like the brothers mentioned, a career job, because this America is not for our rest, man. The scriptures talk on that. This cauldron, this city, all right, this ain't for our rest, man. We wasn't put here to see our generations flourish. We were put here to see our generations suffer, according to the transgressions that we have made, against the Lord, man.
And that's real heavy. And that's something that these other Israelite camps, and these Israelite churches, they don't understand.
Right.
They keep saying, "Oh, we're trying to build up Israel, but the reality of it is that 2/3 of our people are going to be put to death for the transgressions that we did in the reincarnation thousands of years ago.
That's right.
So Israel's not going to come together. There will be no perfect society. There will be no utopia, no metropolis, no perfect societies, man. There's not going to be an equilibrium amongst Israel. And the Lord is going to teach them that through death, man. Their Lord's going to put them to death by believing in that madness, and not believing in the scriptures. They take scripture at face value, and they really don't believe in these words. They really don't believe that this world's going to come to an end. They don't believe when the Lord says 2/3 of his people are going to be put to death. They don't believe, they don't even believe that the Lord is going to come back, man. But if they did, they wouldn't be spewing out the madness that they're spewing out of their mouths. Period.
The scriptures say they're blinded.
Yeah.
Romans 11:7.
Yeah.
You know?
This is Romans chapter 11, verse 7. It says, "What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for."
Yeah, man. They haven't gotten the truth, man. You know, Jake's searching for something, but they don't know really what they searching for. They searching for they searching for not appeasement, but something to satisfy their souls.
Yeah.
And the Most High has given that. He's given it to them. Not according to what they want, but according to what they need. And that's the unadulterated truth. No filtered lies or none of that, man. So he gave that, man. So go ahead.
Israel hath not obtained what he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
See, so we understand fully. We got the truth, man. We obtained the truth. We keeping the truth. We ain't altering it.
And this is
Doing anything else. When it comes to the truth.
This is Sirach chapter 13, verse 17. It says, "What fellowship hath the wolf with the lamb? So the sinner with the godly."
So yeah, there you go. We the light of the world. So we don't have no dealings with that which ain't in line with us. Because like the analogy is made. How can a sheep dwell with the wolf, man? It's impossible.
What agreement is there between the hyena and the dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? As the wild ass is the lion's prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. And basically, what that's perfect. What has the rich with the poor? Because the rich eat up the poor. And you other Israelite camps, you Israelite churches, and you people that claim that you're Israelites and claim that you teach yourselves, or you learn at home, or whatever the case may be. You want to live in a society with the rich, and you're the poor. But the rich separates himself from you. As you constantly seek approval from the devil constantly showing you that he hates you.
Constantly turning his back. Yeah.
But the Lord, who is faithful, who is always will be there for you if you just turn to him, you don't even see the Lord, man. You can't see past yourselves. You see what you want in society. You say, go get it, but I'm gonna do it under the guise of the Lord, man. That's wickedness. It says, "A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends." That's going into something else. But this is Romans chapter 12. In fact, verse 11. "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness."
Yeah, see, and it's more evident now that we need to cast off the works of the world, man. Because when you get into these scriptures and read more and understand more, you understand that this world, man, this world is gonna, it has judgment coming to it, man. So you don't want to be a part of that, that judgment, man. So you get rid of those works of darkness, man, and become the light. And the light is in the scriptures, man. Under the full understanding, calling on the name of the Lord, all the doctrines, man, through the Spirit that the Lord has revealed to us and edified us, man. You cast off those vain hopes, man. That's what that darkness is. That's what that darkness is, man.
Let us put on the armor of light.
That was just the scriptures, man.
And that word light is in the Greek phos,
Yeah.
which means the light emitted by a lamp, a heavenly light such as surrounds angels when they appear on the earth. Anything emitted light, a star, fire. It says brightness, or a metaphor The Most High is light, because light has extremely delicate, subtle, and pure, brilliant quality of truth and its knowledge.
Yeah.
Together, it's like
And we're the light that's shining in the darkness, man.
okay.
And the light is for you to see where you're going, man, or what's what's beyond what's beyond, and that's heavy because we actually in regarding things like the mark of the beast, we that light we see in the darkness in this world what that is, man, you know, and so it ain't gonna come to it's not gonna be a surprise when it's fully manifested,
Right.
you know.
It says, together with the spiritual purity associated with it, that which is exposed to the view of all, openly, publicly, reason, mind, the power of understanding, moral and spiritual truth.
See, and for the most part, we have the you know we have the light, man. Because we can see all those things, man. You know,
This is Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick.
and that's what the other groups do, man. IUIC, GOCC, ISUPK, and HOI. We got next the same people. You know, they're hiding their candle under the table, man. Either they don't know, or they just plainly disregard the truth, man. You know, and that's what you have with them, man. They're the unwise servants, man.
And it giveth light unto all that are in the house.
See? And you're supposed to give light, man. And give this truth. Warn the people, man, of what's to come, man. You know. Instead they're not warning the people. So they're gonna be part of the groups that bug out, man. When the shit really hits the fan, you know.
It says, let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works, and glorify your Father which is in heaven.
And that's what we do when we go out there on the highways and byways, and when we do these lessons, we letting our light shine, before men, you know.
This is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
And that's what you have amongst these groups, man. They're not speaking according to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, according to the Spirit, you know. They still believing in this world, man. And they still hoping in the vanity of this world. What to basically bring out? I mean, to basically to keep themselves or prolong themselves in this world, man. You know.
And they shall pass through it, heartily be stead and hungry. And it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves, and curse their king and their power, and look upward. And they shall look unto the earth, and behold, trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness.
Yeah, it's them being driven to darkness, man. It's because, man, they didn't have the spirit to begin with.
Yeah.
They didn't have the capacity to turn to begin with, man. And that's what you have with our people, man. They trying to make the scriptures fit their lives and fit their understanding, you know.
And because of that, the Lord is going to plunge them deeper into that darkness. And when the time of trouble happens, man, they're going to be asked out, you know. They're going to be asked out, man. They're going to go crazy. The scripture said they're going to fret themselves.
Yeah.
That means they're going to go mad, man. You know, they're going to go deeper into darkness. They might start hallucinating and start developing schizophrenia and becoming psychopaths and cannibals and all types of deep, dark, ugly, evil, nasty stuff is gonna happen to them. You know. But with that, I do have one last scripture. This is John chapter 3, verse 19, and this is the condemnation, that light is coming to the world.
Yeah, man, we condemning everything, and that's why they mad. That's why they gonna come after us. That's why they gonna kill us, because everything we stand for, the light, the truth, the understanding, the wisdom, is against everything that their hope is in, man.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, Their eye is not single. You know, the scripture's talking about if thy eye be single,
Okay.
your eye be full of light. They're not focusing on Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You know, they had their body is full of darkness. You know,
Right. It says, and this is the condemnation that light is come into the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil.
right? And you know why? Because it's the straight gate. You know, the straight gate is a hard thing to do.
That's right.
It says, straight is the gate, but wide is, I roughly paraphrasing it. You know, wide is the way, that leadeth to destruction.
Yep. Con.
You know, and it's easy for them to go off, man. It's easy, you know, and that's why I said they didn't have it from the beginning, man. To begin with, as far as the spirit of the Lord being on them, man. You know, it's the spirit of the Lord that choose and choose the men, not men themselves.
For every one that doeth evil hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
Yeah, so they don't come to the light. They don't come to the understanding because their way has to be altered. They have to alter their way. You know, they have to basically compromise, and they're not willing to compromise. You know.
Exactly. But he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High.
Right. You know. Read that again, Slocky.
It says, but he that doeth truth cometh to the light, that his deeds may be made manifest, that they are wrought in the Most High.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. So everything we do is basically because we want the Most High to see it. You know, we want the Most High to to acknowledge it, because that's how we gonna get our our salvation.
Make that calling of election sure.
That's right, man. You know, and with that,
And with that, call hello Yahweh Shem Shai. They were honestly the apostle of the great millstone, who rule well, and salutation to the elect, the light of the world.
Yeah.
Teaching the truth with sincerity, and meekness.
Yeah.
In the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. Shalom.
Shalom.